Garbage show with hopes for happy end. Green Dossier presents. What's going on? Is it a holiday or sad anniversary? I carefully look at the faces of people around. They are looking uncertain and bewildered. The day is bright, so is the clothes of people around. Loud laughter is heard everywhere, but something very quiet speaks to all of us. Help me. But it's too quiet to be heard. And people just proceed their everlasting motion. And who knows why a shadow of sadness or maybe fault appeared at their faces. Maybe they feel this voice and comprehend that these words can be the last, and the earth will soon stop telling us anything. It will become speechless. And this voice that begs now, help me, I'm sick, that warns us, help me or you will die, once may disappear forever. But it only brings an apologetic smile at people's faces. Today is the Earth's Day. It's holiday. But it's also our holiday, because we've been here for a long time. We are a part of all junction of life on our planet. We are the Earth, and it's our home. For thousands, millions of years we were living in harmony with nature, and still there's something inside everybody of us that explains how to reach this. Some people can never guess that this feeling is expression of our harmony with the world. They don't notice what's going on around, riding in cars since childhood and having meals in McDonald's, and maybe they never accepted a thought that one can exist only obeying the laws of nature. The last word is always with it. And so without these thoughts and feelings we cut our destroying path of so-called progress. Today Kiev is dressed in garbage. Instead of spring flowers, it's adorned by plastic packings and threatened by specialists' warnings about harmful substances of dioxin type accumulation. Imagine, you are living in the city of future. There's no clean water, food is poisoned by chemicals, synthetic clothes, streets are covered with trash and there's nothing left of old brick houses, only monsters, skyscrapers and nobody outside. Do you like such a city? By the way, that's our fault in that. If we don't stop and don't open our eyes soon, we will turn to be in the city of garbage monsters. In order to make people think of all the things, Informational Center, Green Dossier, organized today garbage show. That's the reality. Look carefully and you will see, listen and you will hear. Help me, I'm sick and so will be you. Look, these are real garbage monsters. The capacity of Kiev's dust heap will be enough for 5 years, and then the only incinerator in Kiev will stand face to face with the city, and it won't withstand this garbage siege. The city must be rescued immediately, and this is the only way out. Garbage sorting, incineration of garbage that cannot be recycled, and processing of it. Otherwise, we can face a catastrophe. A lot of people who wish to find a way out and understand that a certain activity is needed for that organized today in Hydro Park a holiday suggestion, a holiday activity. The tourist hurdle race, sport orienteering games, competitions in Scoutstown and games for those who want to be adroit, strong and skilled. All this was proposed by tourism and ethnography departments of Kiev Palace of Children and Youth and by some ecological clubs. Children's Center Ant Hill organized unusual exchange points where cigarettes could be changed for candies and proposed ecological games and quizzes. You are doing right thing. Cigarettes are not tasty, so it's really better. Thank you. This holiday was a real fun and of a great interest for many who came here. I'm for the third time here. I like to make photographs and there are many interesting faces in here, children and their parents, and very interesting show where I can take pictures. People can feel free. They come here just to relax or get to know something about the environment, about the protection of the environment. But some remained impassionate and with ironic smiles drank Coca-Cola, getting ready new food for garbage monsters, new dioxins, new wastes that cover the soil, plants, food that penetrate into our organisms and start step by step ruining. And when one gets a diagnosis of oncological disease or blood structure change, he will hardly blame the influence of incineration consequences. The only incinerator in Kiev, called Energy, is one of the most dangerous factories contaminating environment. Maybe that's why its deputy director takes an active part in Earth's Day actions. International Energy Program's coordinator is trying to resolve problems of other energy, nuclear or radioactive wastes. After today's Earth Day, we are going to send to the President of Ukraine, Kuchma, a letter devoted to the closure of Chernobyl's power station and building of additional power capacities in Khmelnytskaya and Rovinskaya nuclear power stations. Independent specialists from abroad told that the building of these additional capacities will not be economic, and this investment will not be profitable for the Bank of for Development and Reconstruction. And Ukraine, that uses only 50 or 60% of its power, doesn't need any additional capacities at all.
Сделала вывод, что, в общем-то, строительство этих двух реакторов не экономично, что это не лучшее вложение денег для Европейского банка реконструкции и развития, и что вообще Украина, которая перенасыщена энергетическими мощностями, которая сейчас используется лишь на 50-60%, вообще не нуждается ни в каких дополнительных мощностях в электроэнергетике.
Before the Earth's Day, the informational center Green Dossier held on a photo competition, Energy That We Lost. My pictures are presented at this exhibition devoted to the energy saving. I got a first prize, so the topic is energy saving, in order to show that we use a lot of energy just in vain.
Мы можем экономить гораздо большее количество энергии, чем экономим сейчас, что энергию мы расходуем просто зря.
Nuclear waste burying is an unresponsible act in respect of future generations. They are proved to be dangerous for 50,000 years, but they are buried deep in the ground in containers that guarantee isolation for only 100 years. People stop our dirty and dead wastes, the only thing with which you can thank the earth for living. To what will it give birth on such a ground? You kill yourselves and give lives to those garbage monsters. In the end of performance, garbage monsters were defeated. Peace and light. Show finished. Here's the producer, Yuri Zmarovich. It's a beautiful ecological action. We should clean our earth and our lives of all aspects of garbage, moral and physical. Garbage issue has an ambiguous character to me. It shouldn't exist in our lives, but at the same time it can bring even an aesthetical information. And I try to create a kind of garbage art. It's a creative act.
Превращается в отходы, в то время как оно несет и может нести даже эстетическую информацию. Вот в чем дело. И спектакль наш строится как раз на том, что мы из ничего, из мусора пытаемся создать, скажем, там, подобие там, искусства, скажем, вот так вот, приблизить это, во всяком случае, творческий акт из этого сделать.
That's a traditional happy end of fairy tale and holiday. Freedom, free motion. He's also a fight. Knights and Cossacks of Skiff theater are also concerned with environment. They are fighting with paper types of dioxins. And after all festivities, they help to take paper and plastic sceneries that turn to be usual garbage and bring them to the incinerator, because recycling is still unknown to us. Author Olga Mikhailuk, cameraman Andrei Benkovsky, English text Tatiana Topchi, director Tamara Malkova. Financial support, Activity Fund of Miliekontact, OOST-EUROPA und Doen Foundation and Kiev's private firm Ekoprom.